Hi, I'm Mario Guerra, the two-time former mayor of the great city of Downey, and you're watching Talking California with Mayor Mario. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I have a couple of pet peeves that I want to talk about. I can't believe that we're doing something like this in the state of California. It's absolutely crazy. As a parent of 5 and a grandfather of 4, I just don't understand. I don't get it. So yesterday, you've all heard on the news that Elon Musk is moving the headquarters of SpaceX and X out of the state of California, moving them to Texas. And he said the final straw was a law that Governor Newsom signed 2 days ago. This law is absolutely crazy, and it takes away my parental rights, which I don't understand how we got there. The law that passed, that Newsom signed into law and was so proud of signing, it disallows, it will not allow a school to tell a parent if their child is leaning towards another gender or their sexuality, okay? So their basis is we need to protect the kids so they don't get bullied, so their parents won't get mad at them or they won't make a bad situation. Some assemblywoman from LA came on last night on TV and said, oh my gosh, 30% of LGBTQ kids in school are bullied. So we need to fix that. Folks, this law doesn't fix that. If my kid was being bullied at school, I need to know. I am the protector of my kids. Until the age of 18, I will be protecting them legally and always morally. Basically, if I have a 12-year-old son, his name is Mario, and now he's trying to transition, or at school, he wants to be called Maria. The school can't tell me that. The school district, according to law, according to Governor Newsom, cannot tell me that he's calling himself Maria. It's not for me that I want to do something, I want to hurt my kid or punish my kid. It's just that I need to know that. Okay, you have possession, okay, or control. Possession's a bad word. At schools of my kid for 7-8 hours a day. I need to know what happens in those 7 or 8 hours. I morally, as a parent, need to know. You can't tell me that I should not know. You cannot give away your parental rights just because Governor Newsom or some of these legislators come up with this cockamamie things on there. I'm sorry. I get that some school districts throughout Southern California and some of the more conservative areas pass some laws to make it more stringent that the parents should know. I'm not sure in the details of that, but I can tell you this is terrible, absolutely terrible. It was kind of when the left and all those crazy people were talking about don't say gay in the state of Florida, and it was just misleading. All they were saying is kids in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade shouldn't be talking about it, okay? That's it. You don't need to be talking about it in the elementary schools. And yet they turned it into this. And now there's a law prohibiting teachers from talking to a parent about their child's sexuality and transitioning into transgender. Folks, I had 2 gay brothers. And I have no problems with the LGBTQ community. Some of my best friends are gays. That doesn't make me one reason or the other, one way or the other. It just means that I'm pretty normal and I take people at their face value. This is wrong. This is absolutely terrible. So I looked at some statistics. We have a one-party failed rule here in the state of California. And when disastrous leaders like Governor Newsom on there, when they're talking about things like this, so we have the highest unemployment rate in the nation. We have the highest gas taxes in the nation by far. We have the highest poverty rate. We have the highest homeless population. We have crime. We have a lot of failing schools. And the list goes on, and yet you're passing laws like this? It's absolutely crazy. So I understand whether you like Elon Musk or not, I understand why he wanted to do that for his employees. And finally, it was the final straw. Eric Trump Jr. yesterday spoke to the California delegation at the RNC. And he was talking about, they have a beautiful golf course. He's talking about the Trump National up in Palos Verdes. And he says, it's one of the most beautiful sites in the world. It's absolutely a beautiful golf course, perfect weather that we have here. And he says, and if it wasn't for your crazy government, why would you ever want to leave the state of California? And I say that. People are moving, a lot of my friends are moving to Idaho, Texas, different states. I'm going to stay here and fight because this is my state. This is where I raised my family. This is where my kids were all born. This is where I immigrated as a refugee to, and I think it's worth fighting for. So I'm staying here, but I'm going to keep bringing up these things because this is so wrong. Let me give you another example. There's a thing called, we have CEQA. CEQA is the California Environmental Quality Act. And it's basically, it was put in to protect the environment in the area where a new development is coming in. So you have to get input from the residents, from the businesses around, and people have an opportunity to challenge it. Maybe too much traffic, maybe the environment will be impacted and so forth. But for years, the CEQA Act has been used to delay, prolong, and litigate projects that people don't want for whatever reason. Whether they may not even be in that city, but they don't want that particular development. So somebody from other cities or organizations will file injunctions or file complaints, and that CEQA process will take years. In the meantime, the developer of that project is losing money, has to answer that, has to litigate it, has to do all these things. Every single politician has admitted the CEQA Act is broken. But they won't do anything about it. They won't do anything about it except when it influences them. You're trying to build the Sacramento arena, right? Tons of lawsuits in CEQA Act challenges. So guess what? You know what? Let's just pass a quick legislation saying Sacramento arena is exempt from it. Great, done. It gets built. Same thing, SoFi Stadium. We want the CEQA on there. It's an impoverished area. We want to build SoFi Stadium. We want to do it quicker than normal. Boom, it passes. So recently, you have the state capitol. State capitol, Jerry Brown signed into law to make it, to do all the refurbishing. And it's true, it needed it, and there's the funding for it. So now there's a process being delayed because people in the Sacramento State Capitol Park are complaining about it. This is going to impact this. All the normal CEQA complaints or challenges are happening to the state capitol arena and to the state capitol redevelopment, if you will. So guess what? They're saying, you know what? If we keep going with this, the state legislator says, if we keep going with this is costing us money. And we just need to finish it and build it, which I get. So let's just challenge this. We'll exempt CEQA from our own project here. This happened last month. Our own Blanca Pacheco, Assemblywoman Blanca Pacheco, wrote the letter on there to excuse CEQA from it. I get it. I don't want to have to go through CEQA and all the challenges, and it was going to cost so much more money because you had to answer that, and it's being litigated by all these people, but they snap their fingers, they pass a law, the governor signs it. Great, no CEQA on the Capitol building. Folks, that is the pot calling kettle black thing. That is the hypocrisy that they continue to. And as long as you have one party rule, domination in Sacramento and leaders like that, this is exactly what you're going to get. The hypocrisy continues. Wait till you see some of the other things that they're going to be passing in the near future. Wait till you see, and I've done a story about the 10 ballot propositions. But folks, our state is broken in so many ways. It's worth fighting for. I'm here to tell you about it. I'm going to continue to fight. But leave the family unit alone. And it's okay. I'm talking about leave my LGBTQ kids, my transgender kids on there. We need to love them. We need to embrace them. Give me tools to be a good parent. Help me to do that. But don't let me not know that that's happening on my family. Don't keep excusing that and saying it's better for them that if I don't know. I'm sorry. I understand there may be some bad parents out there, but that's the exception versus the rule. I love my family. We parents love our family. We'd give our life for it, just like the shooter, the person that was just shot at the Trump rally. He dove on top of his family. I don't know if his daughters were gay or not gay or transgender or not. Who cares? Here's a dad that loved his kids. I love my kids. I love my grandkids. You need to tell me that. This is a terrible, immoral law. Governor Newsom, shame on you, and shame on the state legislature for doing this. So I welcome your thoughts and your comments. This is pretty bad in the state of California. 562-706-4114 is my cell number, 562-706-4114. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this special edition of Talking California with Mayor Mario Guerra.